instead of praising her, Hyun scolds her. Miho is new, and she doesn't know that the relatives of all of the patients on this floor have signed an order not to give CPR to their people in cases like this one. Miho finds this to be very weird and annoying, but she has to be careful and find out more intel. When she takes a break outside, she sees a man from the hospital trying to convince a woman to sign the same order for her relative, who is a patient in the hospital. Back inside the prison, the three powerful men call the warden for a talk and make it clear that they want to kill Chang. The warden can't allow them to do it though, because he has different orders from Jaehoon. On the other hand, he can't say no to the big pile of money that the three men are offering him. They are just asking the warden to look the other way once. Soon, the three VIPs gather some prisoners for this mission, and the guards lock them in an area with Chang and his followers. The two groups start fighting, while the serial killer gets a knife out and starts walking toward Chang, even though he has been posing as his follower. The room leader sees him and jumps on his way, saving his life. The warden says the warden has to intervene and stop the fight, because if he does not, Jaehoon will figure out he was a part of this. The next day, another incident takes place in the hospital when Miho administrates 2 milligrams of a drug to a patient. The head nurse scolds her because she should have given him 1 milligram. To resolve their conflict, they take a look at the patient's card on the computer to find out what his prescription is. The dosage is indeed 1 milligram, but Miho says that somebody has changed the number because it was 2 milligrams earlier. She has proof of it because she has taken a screenshot on her phone. Later, Hyun gathers the personnel in the conference, and Miho decides to go on the offensive. She jumps up while Hyun is speaking and throws a bait by saying that she has read Professor So's paper. According to it, they are doing many things opposite to the correct medical policies. While Miho commutes back to her house, she has a creepy feeling, like somebody is watching over her. Thankfully, she meets with her father and can return home safely. As they do, she receives a phone call from the mayor who asks her to meet in person. Inside the prison, a series of events take place that work in favor of Chang. One of his attackers dies inside his cell in solitary confinement. The guards believe that this guy ended himself because there is no way somebody else can get in there. However, there is a certain prisoner who can't stop screaming that Big Mouse killed this man. The doctor comes to see this screaming prisoner and concludes that he is totally nuts. When a bunch of prisoners are released to the general population in the cafeteria, all eyes are on them, because things may get tense between them and Big Mouse. When these guys sit down to eat, one of them is poisoned and dies. All the prisoners watch, believing that Big Mouse is taking his opponents out one by one. At the same time, Chang considers the possibility of Big Mouse being inside the same prison, and actually being the one who framed him. Soon, Jaehoon visits the prison to have a talk with Chang and asks him to get his money back. Chang is not going to give it to him, but Jaehoon wonders if he can be certain Chang is really Big Mouse. He exclaims that Big Mouse did business with some drug dealers and asks him to get the names of the top drug dealers he worked with. Chang doesn't know these names, so he replies that he likes to keep his clients safe and private. Jaehoon is not convinced and gives him 5 days to tell him the names, or else he will assume he is not Big Mouse and he will kill him. When Jaehoon leaves, Chang attacks a guard to get his hands on his phone and calls the mayor to ask him for the names. The mayor has gotten that list of names from the prosecutor, but he refuses to help Chang. Chang is not going to give him the names of the gang and hangs up on him. Inside the prison, the warden and some of his guards review the footage from the cafeteria, and they realize that the man who died swallowed a cyanide pill. This means that he ended himself and was not killed by Big Mouse. The warden orders his men to search Chang's cell, but they find nothing suspicious in it. Warden Park tells Chang that he knows his secret. He likes to be worshipped, but he did not kill those men. Chang claims that he did not have to use his hands to kill those men, but how were they convinced to end themselves? Meanwhile, Miho is still being followed, so she texts her father for help. Mr. Ji and Suntai, a lawyer who is Chang's friend, intercept the man and put him in handcuffs. The man reveals that he is the mayor's secretary, so Choi visits Miho to clarify the situation. As he claims, he was worried about her because she mentioned So's paper, so he had his secretary follow her in order to make sure she would be fine. He also hands her a list outlining Big Mouse's top 5 drug clients. Miho wastes no time, so she visits her husband to hand him the list. Inside the prison, a bunch of betting cards start being smuggled inside as the inmates go crazy with predictions of who will win the war between Big Mouse and the 3 VIPs. The guards try to put an end to this betting madness, but Big Mouse confronts the 3 VIPs directly and tells them that he has a way to prove he is Big Mouse. So they place a bet on it. At the same time, Choi meets with Jihoon in an art gallery, and the powerful media man reveals that the list he had given the prosecutor Chang will give him the fake names he provided them with, and that will prove to him that he is not really Big Mouse. Choi tries to call Chang to warn him, but to no avail as the phone is in the hands of the warden. Soon, the guards get Chang from his cell and take him toward the meeting room. The crowd cheers for Big Mouse as he walks through the prison, while the mayor makes his way inside the penitentiary. Choi wants to have a talk with Chang, but the warden can't allow him to do it. He orders his guards to take Chang away, and the lawyer soon meets with the 3 VIPs. Jihoon is also waiting for him, because he is going to be a part of this game. Choi can't miss the fun, so he joins them in the meeting room. The warden outlines the rules of the game. Jihoon is going to write the names of the top 5 drug clients of Big Mouse on a paper, and then he will fold it so nobody can see it. Then, Big Mouse will write the same names, and they will compare the papers to see if the names match. Everybody is expecting Big Mouse to lose, but they are surprised to see that the names match perfectly when they unfold his paper. Some inmates are very happy when the results get out, and they are very happy when the results get out as they have won their bets. Back inside the meeting room, Choi thinks to himself that Chang is really Big Mouse and has been playing him. On the other hand, Jihoon proclaims that he can't believe Chang is Big Mouse. He informs everyone that a man named Peter Hong has been arrested, and he will be able to tell them if this is really Big Mouse. Peter Hong is the fund manager to whom Big Mouse gave his money so he can launder it by making investments. Indeed, Chang is taken to the interrogation room so Hong can see him, and the prosecutor asks him if this is Big Mouse. However, Hong's alarm clock rings, and he has to get his insulin shot. He gets his shot before he can answer the question, but he ends up dying. Next, Jihoon has a private talk with Choi and asks him if he is Big Mouse. Choi feels a bit uncomfortable, but Jihoon exclaims that he is just joking. As their conversation reveals, there is some bad blood between the two. Apparently, there is a man nicknamed the Elder who runs the city and has made both of them who they are. Jihoon is jealous because the Elder favors Choi more than him. Later, Jihoon invites Miho to dinner because if she really is Big Mouse's wife, she is as dangerous as him. He talks to her about Professor Seo's paper and offers to buy it from her. All she has to do is to name a price for it. Miho is not going to negotiate with him, so she just leaves. When the earnings from the bets are distributed, Chang pays some money to the warden and asks him to stay off his back. The 3 VIPs are worried about the latest developments, and they start imagining how Big Mouse is going to kill them. Soon, Jihoon visits the prison again to talk to the 3 powerful men, but then he also stumbles on Big Mouse. As they talk, Jihoon receives a phone call from his wife, who tells him that somebody sent her some flowers that are supposed to be sent when there is a funeral. Apparently, this is a move Chang made to warn Jihoon to stay away from his wife. Later, Chang gets his hands on Dr. Han of the 3 VIPs. He states that he has seen the video and he knows that Dr. Han was only driving when he and his friends killed Seo.